Good morning, everybody, and welcome home to Monte Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation. I'm Robert Tidwell, the Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration, and I'm here to give you our announcements. First up, we've raised almost $7,000 for the Raise the Roof campaign. We've added 17 shingles. Well, they're adding the last ones on right now, but we still have a little bit of ways to go. So you can contribute by putting cash in the envelopes that say roof and putting them in the box, or putting roof on the memo line of a check that's donated. So please do that so that we can get our roof repaired. Today, after the service, we have an adult RE class. At 1:30, or from 12:30 to 1:30, and then at 2 we have from 12 to 1:30 in the founders room, and then after that we have the concert for the Maddie Scully scholarship, which is being in honor of our congregant who passed away earlier this year. So on Tuesdays, we have Taco Tuesday. You can get the Zoom link in your emails. If you have not been getting the Community Connections emails, you can do so on our website, and then you'll also get our announcements every week. We have the Gathering Around Grief group on the third Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. in the Founders Room. And then on October 29th, we're having the meeting with the fire alarm and everything. And then on November 5th, we are having the congregational informational meeting. And also on the 29th, we are having our spooky coffee hour, which will be on the patio after service. And one last thing, we have COVID tests that you can take home on the RE table. They came from Camp de Benneville. They had too many. They didn't want them to get thrown away. So please feel free to take as many as you think you might need. And now, Reverend Maggie will come and start our service.
Good morning, everyone. So good to be here, and welcome to all of you that are joining us on Zoom. We open our service with this centering thought today by Tricia McCaw. Animals are the bridge between us and the beauty of all that is natural. They show us what's missing in our lives and how to love ourselves more completely and unconditionally. They connect us back to who we are and to the purpose of why we're here. Sophie does that a lot. She thinks that's why I'm here. And we ring the bowl 3 times, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Once for those who came before, the many species of magnificent animals who once roamed the earth, the dinosaurs who flew and swam and stomped upon this land. We also honor all of our sibling animals who are now extinct. We ring it once for those of us here and now, our sacred companions, both our beloved pets we share our homes with, and the animals who live in the wild all around us. We send a special greeting to those animals who were injured or displaced by the wildfires and hurricanes of our climate crisis, and to those who are living lives of service, and those who are cared for in the zoos and animal sanctuaries. And we ring it for those who will come, for all the creatures who've yet to hatch, for those about to be born, and all of those animals who will make their home on this beautiful earth in the days ahead. And keeping with our UU tradition, we light a chalice at each of our gatherings with a flame that represents our shared light of hope and witness. Today, I'd like to invite Reverend Ellen. Where is she? Hi. I'm looking over there for you. There you are. And her daughter, Catherine Asinas, who's visiting. Yay! They will light our chalice, and then Catherine's going to talk a little bit to us. But here are our chalice lighting words. In honor of Indigenous Peoples Day, will be celebrated Monday in many states and cities across our nation. We dedicate this chalice lighting with these words by Laura Bogle. This is our home, but it's not just ours. We gather here to remember that this is our home, but it isn't just ours. Come on up front.
Oh.
Yeah, both of you. Yeah.
I know people on Zoom. Yeah.
This land we live on, this water we drink, this air we breathe, these old mountains that hold us steady to our ground, these forests that give us our daily bread, these stars that show us our place, and the wilderness and the tame backyards, all of it our home. We remember the ancestors who have lived on this land and who have shaped it. The Tongva, who were the first settlers, the mountaineers, the farmers, the hunters. They were the immigrants, the artists, the families, the explorers, the workers, the leaders, and we inherit their choices. We honor the animals and creatures that have made their home in this land, and the ones here and now, and the ones that used to be here. We envision the future generations who will live on this land, and we let their voices fill our hearts. We gather here to remember that this is our home, but it's not just ours. Catherine.
Hello. I am Reverend Evelyn Livingston's daughter, and I was very active in this church many years ago, 13 years ago. I made that banner there, and I helped on the other banners too. I come from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is Cherokee indigenous people. And we call ourselves a fellowship coming from the South, and we have over 300 members, and we have been doing Green Sanctuary for our second time around, and if you have any questions about that, I can kind of tell you what's going on with that. And it's a great place to be a progressive when everybody puts all their politics on the front porch. So, as they say in the South. So it's great to be here, and great to see all my old friends. Yep.
So when we say welcome home in our greeting, we really mean that. Yeah. We did a little shifting with our order of service from the typical way we have it set up, our liturgy set up each week. So this week we're going to sing Spirit of Life first, and then if you would remain standing after that, we'll recite our covenant together. So as you're comfortable and able and willing, we'll stand and sing Spirit of Life together.
Spirit
For those of you new to Unitarian Universalism, maybe this is your first visit here among us, our faith is not a creedal faith, it's covenantal. And we have a living covenant that we change now and then. When we change, it changes. But this is the one that we share each week, and I invite you to speak it with us. We affirm that love is the greatest purpose of this congregation. The search for truth is our constant star, and service is our prayer. We pledge our hearts, minds, and hands to challenge injustice with courage, to make choices for a healthier planet, and to live out our Unitarian, Universalist values every day as beloved community. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all that is sacred in life. Please be seated. We have a treat for you.
That's such a fun song. Today's Time for All Ages story is called When Your Best Friend Has 4 or So Legs, and it's by Reverend Teresa Soto. What it means to have a pet is to love someone who speaks a language that you do not. A dog will bow and prance, a cat will purr and blink, a guinea pig will giggle and squeak. A long time ago, a friend of mine had a dog with soft ears and considered herself the pup's guardian, a gentle way to think of protecting and caring for a friend. Such a small gesture of respect for a source of boundless love. The dog's long pink tongue lolling in a goofy grin. The cat convinced that kneading and grooming are crucial to his day. a bird asking for a treat, bending a wing to wave. These are friends. These are loves. It's kind of a surprise that you should love someone so much who would eat the butter on the table if they could get away with it. and gets endless hair on the sofa even when they're not supposed to be on the furniture. When they are called companion animals, it is such an open and tender truth. The endless cuddles and tricks and loyalty, the comfort of fingers to fur and big adoring eyes. These are our friends, these are our loves, and they stretch our hearts and fill them with their abundance of kindness. And when they are gone, our hearts remain larger, though their absence leaves room for expanses of grief. Their love champions and companions us still. Thank you. And now typically we would have you guys sing the kids out to the classrooms, but today's an all ages service, so even though it's still in the order of service, we're gonna roll past that. So we're not gonna sing the song today. Thank you.
Do we want to sing it? We can sing it. Okay, Jaryus, let's go.
Jaryus, put it on.
Let's sing it. Ready? Let's do it. The Reeb Children's Benediction. Yeah. No, you're fine. Well, sing Spirit of Life again. That would be okay. That sounded great. And that's always our hope for you guys. So, but I'm glad you're staying today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. As an expression of our congregation's ministry to our community and our generous compassion for those in need, we've decided together to share our offering plate with a local charity that's been pre-selected by the Justice team and approved by the board. For the month of October, the undesignated offerings that we gather in our offering basket will be shared with the Klein Bell Institute of Claremont, whose mission it is to provide advanced training in spiritually integrated psychotherapy, to offer spiritually integrated counseling service on a sliding scale to anyone in need, to provide educational and outreach programs to strengthen the wholeness and quality of life, and fourthly, to reach out in multicultural contexts to explore theoretical and practical applications of spiritually integrated psychotherapy. All of the offerings taken up in October that are not designated to fulfill people's pledges or other fund drives will be shared 50-50 with Klein Bell. Our communal actions of generosity are one way that we do live out our values. So by taking time to gather our offering in weekly worship, we're embracing a ritual that says that our giving is an essential part of our spiritual well-being. So now, while we listen to Lily's beautiful offertory, I invite those who are in the sanctuary to please come forward with your generous offerings. And it is with deep gratitude for the many, many gifts of this community that the offering will now be given and received. One of our traditions here at Monte Vista UU is to share our joys and sorrows. We talk about the things that are going on in our lives, and it's a part of our service when it's something that wants to be shared with the congregation. We have these little papers that you can write something on. I only have one today, and it's very joyful. But if you don't mind, I'm going to add a little something to the beginning of it. Who has a birthday this month? Yay. Okay. It's been our custom to sing happy birthday at the beginning of the month when the choir's here, because they always add so much to the singing of it. And instead of singing the name of someone, we just would sing October Babies. But I think today, because Pat Payne is here, and she's having her 89th birthday today, we're going to sing happy birthday to Pat, and everybody else will just absorb the happy birthday music. So let's sing. Happy birthday. Great to have you here with us. I also wanted to mention, we always do add a little bit of what's happening in the world to this segment of our service. And because of the trouble in the Mideast right now, let's just have a couple minutes of silent prayer for that. And I will end our shared silence by beginning my prayer and meditation for today's. This prayer is inspired by the words of St. Francis. May we work together to live out our passion to be instruments of peace. Where there is hatred, may we sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is sadness, joy. Where there is darkness, light. May we not so much seek to be consoled as to console, and not so much to be understood as to understand, not so much to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in the living of our paths toward spiritual growth that we become the bringers of peace to our world. Amen. I invite you to stay seated for our gentle song. We're going to sing together, Comfort Me. We're going to sing all 5 verses through. It's number 1002 in the Teal hymnal, but you'll have the lyrics on the screen. Beautiful. Our beloved pets teach us so much. We learn about unconditional love and responsibility. And sadly, they often teach us about death, loss, and grief, too. It is a complicated truth that our pets normally die before they're 20 years old, and many before that. So our rituals of grief for our beloved pets are ways of expressing the love that we continue to have for them and creating ways to continue to love them is a way of expressing our grief and nourishing our broken hearts, too. Some of us gathered here today have said farewell to their beloved animals recently, and to honor them and to help take care of one another. We'll take some time now to build a remembrance altar in their honor. But first, let's have a prayer for our pets who have died. Dear precious pet, our cherished companions, your life we celebrate, your departure we mourn, and your memory we cherish. While we feel shattered by your death, we have so much gratitude for your life and for our privilege to share life with you. We will carry you in our hearts, and we send so much of the love that we have for you out into the animal kingdom, out into the world, and out into the mystery of the non-physical. Amen. Bruce Coville writes, "Nothing you love is ever lost. Not really. Things and people, they always go away sooner or later. You can't hold them any more than you can hold moonlight. But if they've touched you, if they're inside you, then they're still yours. The only things you ever really have are the ones that you hold in your heart." If you have brought a memento with you today of a pet that has died, I invite you to bring it forward now, and I'll have some water up there. I'll just ask you to pour a little bit of water into the dog dish that's there in the name of your pet. And then we will use this water from our deceased animals to bless the living animals that are here in the room with us.
These are for my precious Odette, who lived to be 90 years old. I'm sorry, 19 years old. She was my little cuddle kitty. And Boomer, who was just my best boy. He lived to be 10.
This is for Rory, his collar and his paw print. And he was Irie's litter mate, and he passed at 15 and a half. This is in memory of my daughter's pug, Otis, who would have turned 17 last Wednesday. We lost him in July this year.
Otis. Oh, it's okay, Sophie.
So our dog Ricky's paw print, we lost him in July this year as well. He was 17. So, yeah.
Adele.
This is for Nemo, the one-eyed wonder pup, who roamed through the living room and barked at everything that moved. He passed a while back, but he is still missed. Yes. He was. He was a standard Pomeranian, about the size of an American Eskimo.
Otis.
This is for my Benny Ben. He was named for Benedict Arnold. I'll explain later if you want to know. He died during COVID. He was 13 years old. He was loving, loved to sleep on my chest even when he was 19 pounds.
I don't have any items for the ofrenda, but I'll pour some water for Clara, who we lost in May, named after Clara Schumann, who lived with me through many zip codes, and Izzy, who died just a couple weeks ago, a few months after her sister, who had an enlarged heart. She died of a broken heart, so that's kind of poetic.
I have a picture here on my phone of Kale. We had him put to sleep on June 31st, 2021. He came to his injuries after a dog attack, and we're in a major lawsuit with the neighbors. It's crazy. But anyway, I totally miss him. He was a rescue, and I miss him a lot. Thank you.
The water I pour will be for Sassy Pants, who was a Shetland sheepdog. And imagine a dog, a little short one that looks like Lassie, and you've got her. She lived to be 17.
I couldn't find a picture, but I wanted to commemorate my dad's dear dog, Chi-Chi. She was a Chihuahua. She passed 2 years ago. She was really close to him. And my friend's dog, Jellybean, who also passed 2 years ago. And he was a Labrador, and they loved him a lot.
Our reading today comes from Wendell Berry, and it will be presented to us by our beloved Kat Mayfield, who helped me in the beginning of our ministry of Cain's Cupboard, that we also celebrate on this day. Kat? Yep. Okay, just those two paragraphs.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I couldn't choose between or among one of the 17 dogs I have that I'm taking care of right now. So I decided to leave them all at home, particularly the Pomeranian. So I swear, Alan, I had no idea, but I just figured, let's just put it that way. Yeah, today's reading, The Peace of Wild Things by Wendell Berry. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lay down where the wood drake rests, in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars, waiting for their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your rehearsal time and all that you do. You just sound so heavenly. It's great. Yeah. I titled my message today, How Do We Get to Be So Fortunate? Because when we are looking at these beautiful creatures who look at us with so much love, and we look at them sometimes with a lot of frustration. They take it from us, right? We have a place to put it. And they work with us. Yeah. And whenever we find ourselves swept up in the awe and the wonder of the gifts that we have in our lives, it's helpful to set the perspective of gratitude by asking that question. How do we get to be so fortunate? It's good to ask that question every day. Maybe first thing when you open your eyes in the morning. But as we celebrate the non-human sacred beings that we share the earth with, many of whom are not pets to any of us, they are wild, living on the earth, we celebrate them too. We set aside our entitlement and we turn our two-legged supremacy of the species into a celebration and respect when we ask and as we consider just how fortunate we are to live alongside some of the most amazing beings. I'm grateful for the writing prompt of Reverend Maureen Killeran. She'll help us expand our vision and our gratitude for this gathering today. We're centering our hearts on the blessing of the animal companions, and we give thanks. We give thanks for the beautiful ones whose fur is silky and whose tails are long, whose feathers are brilliant, or whose voices are splendid or squawky or too early, as the parrots and the peacocks near Pasadena. We give thanks and blessing for the dangerous ones that we have as neighbors, the coyote, the bear, the cougar, the silent bats that eat those mosquitoes, the gathering communities of noisy crows and the mockingbirds who have no curfew. We give thanks and blessing for the frantic ones, the runts and the hungry who run for a food bowl at the sound of a familiar can opener. We give thanks and blessing for the obnoxious ones, the heads that butt against us as we're trying to sleep, the bodies that refuse to learn discretion as they cough and suddenly make digestive gifts. We give thanks and blessing for those who bark and purr and growl and mew, for all who squeak or squawk or snarl or hiss. We give thanks and blessing for the animals unknown to us, those whose place in life's web is fragile, whose lives are insecure, and who need our intervention to be safe and to heal, for all who care for them above and beyond, and all who wish them well, we give thanks. Because blessed are the animals, blessed are the creatures who live with us and need our care, and blessed are the mammals, the reptiles, and the birds who teach us that we're not alone. Blessed are all living things from whom we learn and relearn what love really is, and how important it is to align with it again and always in our lives. Blessed be. Before we bless our animals, let's dedicate the water from the remembrance altar that we will use to bless them. We speak to the water as we say, thank you for your qualities to nourish and clean and heal. We honor and offer thanks for your capacity to calm us, to quench our thirst, to restore our connection to nature that is seen and unseen. May your many life-giving attributes bring blessing to this gathering and to this ceremony. And now, as you choose to participate and wish to have a blessing on your animal companion with the water that we have just dedicated, I invite you to come forward. As you know your animals best, I'll trust you to come form a line or come one at a time. It's up to you. But our unison blessing, it's not going to be just me. but we'll all say, we bless you and we're blessed by you. For Sophie, we'll do Sophie first, just because she's close here. Sophie, say with me.
He's got a leash. He's got a leash.
Tootsie, bless you and are blessed by you.
Why isn't Lucy here in person?
Because she would take up the whole thing. It has to be the center of it all.
Murphy, where's Murphy?
Bless you and we're blessed by you.
Sophie, you're
I can't do it to just Jack, right? Oh, Frida.
and are blessed by you.
The blessing of the sulfur.
Zoe, bless you. Actually, my husband's dog that is on the bereavement altar is Zoe too. Zoe, we bless you and are blessed by you.
Ashley, bless you. Blessed are you.
Thanks, everybody. What a great outcome today. Good turnout. And I love Jaryus's image for the screen. He's really very talented. He's quite an artist, he is. So our sending song today is All Creatures of the Earth and Sky. So I invite you to stand and sing out loud to all of our beautiful creatures, and we're going to just do 3 verses. Catherine, if I could ask you to come back up and extinguish our dancing flame so strong and bright. It's done dancing. Time to extinguish it. And we'll all say together our benediction that's in your order of service and also on the screen. Thanks, Jaryus. We leave this gathered community, but not our connection or our sense of belonging. In this hour together, we have inspired our hearts, shared our faith, and expanded our care for the world. So until we gather again, let's be strong, be well, and be kind.